Excited about these new boys?
Excited about the new boys. I'm thrilled with the new boys. I was a little bit. I wouldn't say I was negative about Frimpong before he signed, but I'd heard things, and everything I knew about him suggested that he was maybe not quite what we were looking for. But then the more research I've done, the more games I've watched, the more, those compilations and all that, and also the celebration from their fans and their club of him leaving
really nice,
speaks volumes about him on a personal level.
I'm more into that than anything.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it feels like for someone of that age, who's already really well coveted, really well known, clearly very talented, to have that reaction from your previous club to go, this guy's fucking sound. That speaks volumes. So really excited about that. The Kirkes one, I'd love to get that done as soon as possible. As soon as the new transfer window opens, that's the one I really want. Because Wirtz is, I think, pretty much done.
Looks
I
like
think,
it,
given the here we go stuff on Instagram and all that caper. But yeah, I'm thrilled. I've never felt as excited as a Liverpool fan as I do right now, and that's no disrespect to Jurgen Klopp's tenure. That was brilliant, but right now just feels like such a joyous time for us as Liverpool fans and Liverpool as a club. Everything's kind of in place. The sort of dynasty that Jurgen Klopp built in a kind of Shankly way is now being coveted and taken forward by the guys following him into the job, and it just feels like there's a real buzz and a real joy and a real energy. And you're right, we've suddenly got big pockets and we're actually spending some dough.
Yeah. We've got that opportunity now to build the gap, and that's what when we had that sort of period under Jurgen and when we won the league, we didn't spend any money that summer. Really, we didn't invest massively into the squad.
We didn't get to celebrate, and we didn't reinvest. That's the difference now, what you're talking about.
Massively.
I should say previously, actually, from the Champions League into winning the Premier League, obviously when we won the Premier League, we bought in Jota and Thiago, and we did sort of build slightly, but this seems like an actual stepping stone to go, we're here, and we want to stick around here, and we want to build that gap, and really
building from strength.
Build that dynasty that we've spoken about, and really go for it as Liverpool Football Club, looking down instead of Liverpool Football Club chasing or trying to stay up there. We want to be there, and do you know what? If you want to come and join us, you're all going to have to go spend money. And I know City are, but you're going to have to go spend money, and you're going to come and have to join us at the top of the tree, because we're not slowing down for anyone.
You talk about being of a certain vintage, David, and when James was talking there about the character of Frimpong, who's the one we've got in now, it did remind me a lot of, managers of years gone by who talked about, we sign characters, and characters in a good way. I don't mean characters and messing about and joking. I mean characters as in, people are going to want to play with, people are going to want on the pitch, and supporters are going to respond to, and with you, that's what I really liked about the Frimpong stuff. I thought, well, he's obviously a good player, but it looks like we've signed a good person there, a good trainer, and a good human being.
And we've got the no dickheads rule continuing then, haven't we? So he played for Celtic.
Yeah.
My mates from Glasgow who know what they're on about, they said, this fella's a cracking fella. Do you know what I mean? And they don't roll out them compliments easy, you know what I mean? So if they say that, I'm taking that. So all that background stuff, it's interesting with the Frimpong thing, because I'm all in for Conor Bradley.
Yeah.
I think he's got all the ingredients. Now, you can set that expectation too high too soon. But if you've got someone who's got all those ingredients, right, who's made to play for Liverpool, the physique of him, the energy of him, the attributes that he's got, attacking, defensively strong, committed, all those things. But you couldn't ask him at that age to carry the burden for 60 games in a season.
No.
So you need someone else who's slightly different, but also loads of energy, creating competition.
It's perfect.
And we're just ticking the boxes here,
It's
aren't
perfect.
we?
What a lovely position to be in.
They complement each other by the look of it.
Exactly, yeah.
So there could be
Especially
games.
when one of them can maybe play further up.
Exactly.
So if you're playing a game where you're expecting a team to play 11 in goal, then at Anfield, then Frimpong's your man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing, or just just to change it up somewhere in the equation. Connor started well, but you just need to change the equation. Put this lad on, or whichever. So
and vice
I like
versa.
it. And I like the idea then that you could change depending on your opposition, or change not so much depending on what the opposition are going to do. Your approach to what the opposition might put in front of you to solve a problem, and you've got those two things. And I think really that looks like it's going to get mirrored on the other flank, because you've got Liverpool's greatest ever left back, Andy Robertson, and I believe that. Who's still got a lot to offer.
Yep.
Who I think he can still offer so much if he's not asked to do it twice a week.
Needs help.
Yeah. And then you've got this young flying machine who looks like the next big thing. Yeah. And again, you've got these options. So you've got freshness,
compliments,
you've got competition, and all that. And so I'm very excited about that sort of thing. And fancy getting so excited about your full-backs, but it's so important in modern day football because no one gets the ball more than them. And that, so I'm excited about that. Yeah.
No, and that is it. And it's having these threats, isn't it, from all over the pitch, Alan. I wouldn't say last year we were predictable by any stretch of the imagination, but there was a way we were playing and there was a way we were sort of looking to attack. Whereas now, I mean, I've got no idea how they're going to go next year in a positive way because there's these two bullets down the side who are going to absolutely fly, and then you've got hopefully Florian Wirtz, who's one of the most creative talents in the whole of the world. You've already got Mo Salah, who is a expert goal scorer and creator. Top of assists, 18 league assists last season, which is sort of unbelievable. And you imagine, one of these teams who are putting 11 in goal and coming up against that and thinking, we'll take 3-0 here and get out and get home. Yeah,
and that's, do you know what, it was covered on one of the pods we did yesterday where now we're getting to a point, and it's a luxurious point that we've earned the right to have, where if you've got a Ryan Gravenberch plan, then you've got to worry about Florian Wirtz. If you've got a Florian Wirtz plan, you've got to worry about Mo Salah. And we're just having these threats from every position now and compliments to, if you've got a Conor Bradley plan, we'll put on Jeremy Frimpong, who is absolutely rapid and is just different. He's still a very, very good footballer, but he's just slightly different to what we would have for the first 60 minutes of a game. And that's the really exciting thing now, where I read a stat on the way in that Florian Wirtz completed 82 dribbles last season in the Bundesliga. Mo Salah, who was our highest completed dribbler, had 67. So if you're worried about Florian Wirtz and you've then got a plan for Florian Wirtz,
you can't double team them both.
You can't do both. Yeah. And that's where now Liverpool Football Club are just this exciting prospect across the board with a manager that not only wants to bring players in but improve players and improve the team and have a different way of playing depending on if it's Sunderland away or if it's City at home.